Awesome. And I think, Matt didn't get to necessarily get into one of his perspectives, but Paul mentions it with like failed loan modifications and the modifications that are happening. William talked a little bit about it, taking today's rate and changing your payment from 1900 to 3700, right? There's a lot of that going on. And what it's really all about is these solutions. Do you know what these solutions are? Do you know what the options are for somebody? And if you can become that go-to person in your market, whether that's your local MSA or a virtual market, we actually have a student that lives in Switzerland and does business in Cleveland and in Charleston, right? So we know it's possible virtually as well. It's about building your team, surrounding yourself with people, focusing on what you're good at and providing that solution, getting what the homeowner wants versus what the homeowner needs to match. And it doesn't just happen overnight. How do I find these leads? What are the systems and processes? How do I market to them? What are these options, right? Loan modifications, partial claims, forbearances, deferments, sell it on the market, cure the default, or some acquisition techniques subject to lease option, short sale, or other creative, financing ways to acquire the property that will help a borrower in distress. The number one thing that we need in the US is our credit. Unless we're 90 years old, right? We should care about our credit because that means everything to everything we do, from buying things to renting properties to doing anything. Everybody pulls our credit, right? And some of the best solutions to somebody being in pre-foreclosure is to potentially cure that default, purchase subject to lease option, or at the very least, do a short sale, because you have now been responsible and worked with the bank and the institution to settle that debt out instead of going to essentially that last option, which is foreclosure. A lot of people say a bankruptcy will stop that foreclosure. Well, yeah, maybe, but it's probably temporary, right? And that's why we say bankruptcy temporary. So there's a lot of different things that we'll be covering, obviously, in those 2.5 days, in addition to Dan Zatowski, who's putting on that VIP portion of the event. But we're here just wanting to make sure everybody is aware of their options and becoming a solution provider, for anybody that needs help with what is to come, essentially.